2014's Noah was directed by Darren Aronofsky and it stars Russell Crowe as Noah, Jennifer Connelly as Name, and Emma Watson as Ila. One day Noah has a dream that the world is going to be flooded and he decides to build an ark, and that ark is going to save his family and all of the animals of the earth. He goes and visits his grandfather Methuselah. I think he gives him some drugs actually, and then he trips out a little bit, and then that's when he comes up with the idea for the boat. That's what the movie's about. Let's talk about the characters. Noah is a vegan and he's like a warrior. He's like a warrior vegan who looks out for his family, and he's really faithful to God. Whatever God says, he does. But the thing is, sometimes God can be pretty vague because he doesn't actually speak directly to Noah. He just sort of, well, Noah has dreams, and then he interprets those dreams as messages from God. Name is Noah's wife. She loves Noah. She'll do anything Noah wants to do. She's not completely convinced that he's talking to God, but she loves her husband, and she's going to do whatever her husband wants her to do, because that's what a good wife does in biblical times. She doesn't ask too many questions. But that's the thing about Name. I like Name because she actually does sort of push her husband's like intentions. Like she asks, like, well, it's like when he goes out to see Methuselah, maybe she's like, well, if there's going to be a flood, maybe we should, go to find higher ground. Maybe you shouldn't be going to see Methuselah. She's a strong woman, and I like that. I like that about Name. Ila is Shem's wife. Shem is one of Noah's 3 sons. I think Shem is the eldest. I'm not sure about that. Ila is a girl that they find on the way to Methuselah's mountain. Ila becomes Shem's wife, and she's barren, as they say in the film. She can't conceive a child, and that's all she really wants. She just wants to please Shem and have a child, but she's just so barren. Noah and his family are completely vegan, and that's like a good message. That's a good, that's a good thing to have in a film. A vegan family. I want more films with vegan families. I want Little Miss Sunshine, but everyone's vegan. That would be a cool fucking movie. I really liked the way the movie looked. I liked the world building. I liked how they had these evil cities that were like taking over the world, and they had these really cool time lapses, and that was cool. And it was like the whole world needs to be destroyed because these cities are just so evil and vile. People are eating each other, and they're eating meat, and eating meat's like the worst thing. I love that. I loved all the ways they made eating animals look terrible. I thought that was really cool. Very pro-vegan message. Very, very cool. The rock monsters. The movie has fucking rock monsters. They're angels that come to Earth. They're like fallen angels who came to help mankind. But then when they hit Earth, God was like, fuck you angels. And then he made them into like rock monsters, which is weird. It's really weird. It sounds like a good idea. I think it sounds like a good idea. When I heard that the film had rock monsters, I was like, yes, I want to see a film, a biblical film with fucking rock monsters. But somehow it's not cool. It's really, really not cool. It's really terrible. And I don't know if it's because of the way they look, or it's like just too fantastical. The way Aronofsky makes the film, it's supposed to be like, this could have actually happened. He's trying to make it seem really realistic, and it's not realistic to have fucking rock monsters. But then again, I don't know, maybe it was just Nick Nolte, with the voice of the rock monster. Maybe that put me off. I don't know. Something about the rock monsters did not work. I haven't really pinpointed what that was, but I think it's got something to do with it being extremely unrealistic. I really like these time-lapse montages the film had, where they do like the evolution of man, well not man, of animals. Man is just some separate like golden figure. Very strange, that part. But I liked all of the time-lapse footage. There's this part where like water is like weaving through the land and it's making a river. I think that was like my favorite part of the movie. Like cinematically, or like shot. It was like the coolest sequence of shots in the film. I really liked that. Ray Winstone is the best part about the film. I think he's the best leading character. Obviously Anthony Hopkins is in the film, and Anthony Hopkins is awesome. There's a really cool scene with Anthony Hopkins, like he's like looking for berries, and that scene's just charming. I love it. I love Anthony Hopkins, but he has less time in the film than Ray Winstone, and Ray Winstone is really good. He's an actor that needs more lead roles. All right, the bad stuff. What didn't I like about the movie? The plot, like I said, is too fantastical. Aronofsky's trying to make this film seem realistic, but you just can't do that with the story of Noah. The Noah story is just too fantastical. You can't build an ark that big. You just can't. and all of the animals live on different fucking continents. So it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Should have picked a different story from the Bible. You know, that would have been better. You know, raining frogs and shit like that, that is believable. It's more believable than fucking all of the animals from all over the earth coming to an ark, which is impossibly large. Like, you just can't build an ark that big. And then in the movie, they make all the animals go to sleep. Like, do they feed them? I mean, it takes them like a week to finish the ark once the birds arrive. Like, the birds arrive and they gas all the birds and they fall asleep. You can't have birds sleeping for a week. They need to eat. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's too fantastical and it's unbelievable. So I didn't like that about the story. And I know you're going to say it's like it's a Bible story, but it's like what I'm saying is you should have picked a different story, because that story cannot be made to seem realistic. And you can't make a fantasy out of it, because then it's like, what are we watching? And that's what happens in the film. It just becomes a metaphor for man and the way we destroy our planet. It's just like Mother. It just becomes a big metaphor with no bearing in reality. The ending is also very vague. You're left wondering, did Noah do God's will? Did he? Is this what God wanted? Did God want him to spare the babies' lives? Or did God know that Noah wouldn't be able to kill the babies? Or is Noah just crazy? But obviously Noah's not crazy, because all of the animals come to the ark, right? So obviously he was communicating with God. But yeah, what did God want? Did God want him to kill the babies or not? I'm just left feeling like the message of the film is that God is either, you know, impotent, or he just doesn't care about us. But then if he doesn't care about us, why did he get Noah to save all of the animals? And then at the same time, like, why didn't God just not kill everyone like that? Why didn't he just give all humans that he wanted to kill like a deadly disease, and then just spare Noah's family if he wanted? You know what I mean? Like, God could just make it very, very easy, but he makes it super complex. Like, he gives these like vague dreams to Noah, then he has to decipher them, then he has to take drugs to get, you know, even more vague imagery that he can then act on. Like, God, if he's all powerful and all knowing, why doesn't he just give us simple instructions? Or better yet, just do what he wants to do. Like, if he just wants to kill out a certain amount of humans, just do that. Don't make Noah and his family join forces with rock monsters to build an ark to save all of the animals. It doesn't make sense. It's just stupid, and I hate it. I hate it so much. The last thing I want to say about this film that makes it so bad is that Russell Crowe sings in the film, and it's not that it's really bad singing or anything in the film. I think it works in the context of the film, but it just felt so forced, you know, because Russell Crowe, he has a music career, and it just felt really forced. Like, I just felt like he went up to Aronofsky and he was like, look man, I'll do the film, but I need to sing. I need to sing in the film. If Noah could have a guitar, that'd be great, an acoustic guitar, and I could sing to the family. And then Aronofsky had to like deal with him. It's like, look, Russell, like, you can't have a guitar, but look, you can sing to Illa. You can sing like a little nursery rhyme or something, I guess. That'd be okay. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do Noah if I get to sing. He just wants to sing, and he's terrible. And I hated that part of the film. My final thought on Noah is that you shouldn't see Noah, because it's a terrible film and you'll regret it. If you want to watch an Aronofsky film, I recommend Black Swan, The Wrestler, Requiem for a Dream, even Mother, and even Pi. I would recommend those films, depending on what kind of person you are and what kind of films you like. But Requiem, The Wrestler, and Black Swan, those are some good films. You'll like those films. Avoid Noah. Don't ever watch Noah unless you want to waste like 2 hours of your life and never get them back. Anyway, that's the end of my review. Thanks. And it's the end also of my Darren Aronofsky series. I've now watched all of Darren Aronofsky's feature films. Let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about Aronofsky's work, his body of work? And also let me know, who should I review next? What director should I review next? So give me someone obscure though. I don't want to review Scorsese or something, like that's been done. I want to watch some films that I haven't seen from a director who's sort of obscure. Not that Aronofsky's obscure, but I just wanted to watch all of his work because I found him interesting. Now I don't. Thanks so much for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more reviews like this in the future, subscribe to my channel.